I think the high-tech industry is used to developing new things very quickly. It is the Silicon Valley way of doing business. You either move very quickly and you work hard to improve your product technology, or you get destroyed by some other company. The overarching goal of Tesla is to help reduce carbon emissions, and that means low cost and high volume. We will also serve as an example to the auto industry, proving that the technology really works and customers want to buy electric vehicles. Do not do this. Land on Mars, a round-trip ticket $500,000. It can be done. Some companies out there quote a start of production that is substantially in advance of when customers get their cars. Possessions weigh you down. You have to be pretty driven to make it happen. Otherwise, you will just make yourself miserable. If something is important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. My vision is for a fully reusable rocket transport system between Earth and Mars that is able to refuel on Mars. This is very important, so you do not have to carry the return fuel when you go there. You want to do things you are passionate about but also are useful to other people. I do not think it's a good idea to plan to sell a company. Life needs to be more than just solving problems every day. You need to wake up and be excited about the future. I started SpaceX with the expectation of failure. The Boring Company flamethrower guaranteed to liven up any party. Trying to read our DNA is like trying to understand software code with only 90% of the code riddled with errors. It is very difficult in that case to understand and predict what that software code is going to do. When the zombie apocalypse happens, you will be glad you bought a flamethrower. Works against hordes of the undead or your money back. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. I tend to approach things from a physics framework, and physics teaches you to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. People should pursue what they are passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. Patience is a virtue, and I am learning patience. It is a tough lesson. My children didn't choose to be born, I chose to have children. They owe me nothing, I owe them everything. If the future does not include being out there among the stars and being a multi-planet species, I find that incredibly depressing. I have actually made a prediction that within 30 years a majority of new cars made in the United States will be electric. And I do not mean hybrid, I mean fully electric. When you struggle with a problem, that is when you understand it. I realized that a methane-oxygen rocket engine could achieve a specific impulse greater than 380. For all the supporters of Tesla over the years, and it's been several years now and there have been some very tough times, I would just like to say thank you very much. I deeply appreciate the support, particularly through the darkest times. I do love email. Wherever possible, I try to communicate asynchronously. I am really good at email. If you buy a ticket to hell, it isn't fair to blame hell. It was obvious to me that we could never colonize Mars without reusability, any more than America would have been colonized if they had to burn the ships after every trip. Facebook is quite entrenched and has a network effect. It is hard to break into a network once it's formed. I was born in Africa. I came to California because it's really where new technologies can be brought to fruition, and I do not see a viable competitor. I think there are too many smart people pursuing internet stuff, finance, and law. That is part of the reason why we have not seen as much innovation. I do not spend my time pontificating about high-concept things. I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems. Education is basically downloading data and algorithms into your brain. I think you should always be seeking negative feedback. Actively seek out and listen carefully to negative feedback. Engineering is the closest thing to magic that exists in the world. There have to be reasons that you get up in the morning and you want to live. Why do you want to live? What's the point? What inspires you? What do you love about the future? The Tesla Semi will tug the diesel Semi uphill. Life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It is got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. I have actually not read any books on time management. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. Mars is the only place in the solar system where it's possible for life to become multiplanetarian. Every mode of transport that we use, whether it's planes, trains, automobiles, bikes, horses, is reusable, but not rockets. So we must solve this problem in order to become a spacefaring civilization. You'd need millions of zombies for a so-called apocalypse anyway. Where would I even get a factory big enough to make so many? To make an embarrassing admission, I like video games. That's what got me into software engineering when I was a kid. I wanted to make money, so I could buy a better computer to play better video games. Nothing like saving the world. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. I wouldn't say I have a lack of fear. In fact, I would like my fear emotion to be less because it's very distracting and fries my nervous system. My opinion is it's a bridge too far to go to fully autonomous cars.